I'm Luis Conte, and I'd like to welcome you to today's session, where we'll be demonstrating some of my own personal style and approach to playing percussion instruments, both live and in the studio. You must fast forward this tape and view at your own risk. We're going to cover a lot of instruments and different musical styles, along with some of the insights that I've gained during my career as a studio percussionist and a live performance artist. You should absorb this information and develop it so that eventually you can create your own style and your own sound. This opening tune that we just played is a song entitled Tingo Talango from my first CD, La Cocina Caliente. It's an up-tempo Afro-Cuban tune, and it has a particular style called songo. The songo style allows more freedom to the players in the rhythm section and a lot more freedom to the percussion. Why is it songo? The thing is that it's up-tempo, and it's a Latin form of music being played with a drummer in the band. The traditional Cuban style is usually played with a conga player playing two conga drums, a bongo player playing also a handbell in the chorus, and a timbale player. In this rhythm section that you've witnessed, we've eliminated the bongo player and added a drum set player. In this case, the very talented Wilfredo Reyes. In this configuration, both Wilfredo and I have to cover the missing bongo player. So in this songo style, for example, I play the basic conga pattern, or tumbao, while at the same time I'm sort of covering for the bongo player. I'm doing some of his riffs and patterns. And at the same token, Wilfredo will cover some of the timbale parts and some of the bongo bell patterns from the bongo player. So let me explain some of these conga patterns for you first. Okay, so like I said, in the traditional style of salsa band, the conga player playing the two congas, his main pattern is the tumbao pattern, which you probably know already. And it's very basic. There's an open tone on 4-am, two open tones on 4-am, and a slap on 2. And this is the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. He will also variate and play two drums. So remember, the most important part of this pattern is that 4-am open tones. Now let's go to the bongos, and let me explain to you what the bongo player does in this traditional salsa band. He plays a riff, a tumbao called martillo, and around this martillo pattern he will riff continuously during the verse of the song. It goes like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, like I said now, we're going forward in time and we're in an actual songo band, or a band where like I'm the only percussionist and we're playing the songo pattern. Like I said before, I try to fuse the conga pattern and the bongo pattern together. So what you do is, you move the 4-am, the tumbao, from the main drum and play on the tumba. And you try to riff a little bit with the middle drum to compensate for the bongo player riffs. That's how this tumbao comes about. So here it goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey guys, referring to my drum setup, by the way, I should mention to you before to get too far along in this video that I'm a left-handed player. So if you're actually watching me on your TV set, you're actually looking at a mirror image of myself. Okay, now remember, I mentioned that the bongo player also plays a handbell called the bongo bell. He usually plays this in the chorus of the songs, in a Cuban traditional song. So I've kind of like, I like to sometimes switch off and also, of course, depending on what the drummer is playing, and try to substitute for that missing bell and try to keep everything else happening. So let me show you a pattern that I do sometimes. It goes like this. Combination of the bell and the conga. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now, I've just basically been talking about the percussion chair, what I would do on the conga. Explain to you for the songo, right? Well, let Wally show you a couple of different patterns that he would play. He's going to try playing a pattern for 16 bars with the hi-hat, which is something he would probably use in the A section of a tune or a verse. And then we'll switch to play another pattern, which is using a cowbell. Remember, substituting for the bongo player. He's not there anymore. He's not playing that bell, so the drummer can also substitute for that part. You must learn how to play with him because, for example, if I hear Walfredo playing that cowbell, I wouldn't play that pattern that I just played, and vice versa. If I'm playing this, then he wouldn't play that. So here's a good example. Okay, now, when you're the only percussionist in the band, as is in this case, you have the freedom to go to other instruments as well. In this song that we just heard, Tingo Talango, I went to like the shekere in certain parts. So I want to show you a little bit of shekere. Here we have a couple of shekeres. One is the gourd shekere, and another one is a fiberglass or plastic shekere. This one particularly is actually excellent for being on the roads. Because usually sometimes things get thrown around and this particular gourd one will crack very easily. So, since I played this one on the track, I will demonstrate this one. The way you play this, first thing you should do is keep always in touch with the gourd, using your fingertips. You never want to get away from the actual instrument. Doing this, you actually lose control. You must stay in control of it. This is, try to get two notes, one going this way, one going this way. And if you practice it, it would be, try to get it as even as you can. Now there's a sound that I must show you that is additional to this, which is using the heel